Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video I'm going to show you how to set up this sewing machine. Now if you have a similar sewing machine, now this is the Singer Promise 1409. Now if you have a similar sewing machine, you might want to watch and see how I set this up, or if you just want to see how I do my normal settings for wig making, and also want to learn a few tips and tricks, then definitely keep on watching. Now if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and comment in the comment section below the kind of videos you guys would want me, and also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And yeah, that's all about that. Let's get into the video of stitching that the sewing machine can make. Okay, the different types of stitching. Now once you want to make a wig, you just want to focus on the zigzag. Now forget about all these ones and then focus on the zigzags. Now the zigzags, so they are different types of length that you can use, but normally I set mine to the longest length or like somewhere in between. Okay, now if you want a straight stitch, this is what you use, and if you want zigzag, that's what you use. So let's forget about all these ones and then focus on the zigzag. Now if you want to turn, you just move it from one side to the other side. The pin will adjust with this. Okay, so that's all about this function here. Okay, so moving on to the stitch length. So this here is the stitch length. So here we have the different types of stitch length. Okay, now the stitch length refers to the length in between each stitch. So if you want your zigzag to be very tight, then you move to a lower number, and if you want your zigzags to be very loose, like as in the space in between them to be very like wide, then you move to a higher number. So the tighter your stitches, the lower the number, and the looser your stitches, not like loose but like the length in between the each stitch. So this is what you use to control that. Okay, this thing right here. Now let's move on to the tension. Now this is the tension right here. Let me zoom in so that you guys see it well. Oh, that is the end. So my intention is always placed between the numbers 2 and 3. Now the stitch length, every fabric and every stitch tension. Okay, so if you're sewing a jeans, the stitch tension is definitely different from if you're sewing a satin material. The same way with a wig. So with that one, depending on the thickness of your weft, that is how you're going to set your tension. But normally my tension is between 3 and 2. So I think that is all about the basic settings for your sewing machine. Now the next one, this one here, is the reverse function. Let me this is the reverse. If you want to reverse stitch your wig, you do this and you reverse. The stitching goes backwards instead of forward. So you just press on this one and it's reverse stitches. So let's move to the another function. I think that is all. That is the basic ones: the tension, the type of stitch, the length of the stitch, and then the reverse. That is all. Now let's move on to threading the machine itself. Okay, so let's thread a sewing machine. Now first of all, what you want to do is that you want to make sure that you have thread in your bobbin. Okay, now imagine if you don't have thread in your bobbin. How do you go about threading the bobbin and then doing the entire sewing machine? So first of all, this is a compartment where I keep my pins. The type of pins that I use are in this storage. Now I have a detailed video on the type of pins that I use, not like detailed solely on pins, but I explain into detail the type of pin that I use in my video. I'm going to link that video up there and also in the description box. Now this is where your bobbin is. This is where it is, and for me my bobbin is already, I have thread around my bobbin. Okay, but I'm also going to show you how to thread your bobbin before you insert it here. So I have an empty bobbin here. This is how it looks like empty. Okay, so I have an empty bobbin here, and I'm going to show you how to thread that to get this full, bobbin. So empty, threaded. Okay, so let's move on to that. Okay, so in order for you to thread your bobbin, there is a diagram that you'd have to follow to thread it. Okay, so this is the diagram. So you're going to follow. The first one says that you hold your thread and then move it in a clockwise motion this way, and then insert your bobbin here. Now there's a way to place the thread in the bobbin. I'm going to show you just that. Now watch as I show you. Okay, now so what you want to do is that you want to thread your bobbin. No, like thread as in put the thread into the hole of the bobbin. So the bobbin comes with two, tiny holes. You want to put the thread in either of the holes. Okay, so you want to put the thread in either of the holes, like this way. Okay, but it should appear on top of the bobbin, like so, like the way it appears on the diagram here. Okay, so when you finish, you put it on the bobbin holder here. Okay, and then you push it to the farthest end on your right. Now make sure that your power is on, because if your power is not on, there is no way you're going to be able to get thread on your bobbin. So that's what I'm going to put the power on, and then use the presser foot to help you wrap the thread around the bobbin. Okay, so this is it. It's not moving again because it has reached its maximum. So after that, you just push it back and then take it off. Okay, so now we have our bobbin, we have thread around our bobbin. So now let's insert it the right way into the sewing machine. Okay, now we have our bobbin here ready to, let me focus on this thing properly. So now we have our bobbin here. Now you want to hold your bobbin in a way that looks like it's a 6 or it's a B. Okay, a 6 or a B, and then you take your bobbin holder, the one that holds your bobbin in the sewing machine. Then you insert, there is this indent here that goes straight here. So you insert that into this one, and then you're going to find this little piece. Okay, this little indent here. You use your thread, you pass your thread here, and then you move it all the way to this side. You want your thread to appear here, so you're going to hear a sound like this. Okay, the moment you hear the sound, then it means that everything is in perfect place. Now you're going to hold this part of the bobbin holder and then insert that into where it's supposed to be. Okay, so you're going to put this, so you have to hear this sound be that shows that you've inserted the bobbin into its right position. Okay, so you're going to put it there and you hear the sound. Yeah, that means that you've done the right thing. Okay, now you're going to thread the entire machine, and then let's see how it goes. Okay, so now we want to thread the entire sewing machine. Now luckily for us, this sewing machine comes with numbers that enable us to thread it very easily. So first of all, the first number says that you push it here in this in this hole. Okay, so you push it here. It says 1, and the 2 says that you bring it all the way down here, and 3 says that you push it up. Okay, you push it up, and in order for you to get the lever here, you'd have to hold this thing here. Okay, you have to hold this thing here for this to come up. I've forgotten the name of this particular one. You hold it here, it controls the needle, it controls this one too. So you hold it and then push this thing up, and then your thread passes through, which is the number 4, and then you bring it all the way down. Okay, you bring it all the way down, which is number 5. So you just go through the process, like the numbers that have been indicated at the various sections. So we are at 5. Now there's a last hook that the thread should go inside. There's a last hook, so that's what we are going to do. Now this is the last hook. Now always make sure that your thread, your needle is up to enable you do all the, the necessary things easily. So you're going to insert the thread through the last hook before you insert it, into the needle. Okay, so this is it, through the needle. So you insert it through the needle. Now what you want to do is that you want the bobbin thread and then the needle thread to all appear at this particular place. Okay, so what you want to do is that you want to hold this thing, okay, this thing here. Okay, this is what controls the needle. So you're going to hold this thing and then rotate it. You are going to hold this thing right here and then rotate it towards you, like rotate it towards you. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So this is what I'm talking about. Okay, we are going to rotate it towards us as we thread. So carefully watch. So carefully watch the thread, both threads. Okay, so you can see it's going to take the thread of the bobbin, and I'm also going to pull it up. So can you see the bobbin's thread? So this is it, and there you have your sewing machine ready for, the sewing machine is now ready for sewing. Okay, that is how to thread this particular sewing machine. So you are done. All you have to do, so you're going to put this thing back on, and then you can do some sewing. Okay, so now let's try and see if the settings that we have can sew, can double the weft. Okay, so first of all, you want to put the weft on each other, and then you put it under the presser foot, and then release, put this thing on, and then sew. Okay, so can you see?